Hello students. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter wastewater story. The water comes from ordinary living processes such as bathing, toilet, flushing, laundry, dishwashing, etc. is called as wastewater. Wastewater is also called as used water. It is rich in leather, mixed with oil, black, brown water that goes down the drains from the sinks, showers, toilets, laundries, is dirty. It comes from residential and domestic sources. Water is needed by all forms of life. Clean water is a basic need of human beings. Unfortunately, clean water is not available to a large segment of human population. The water which is unfit for human consumption becomes the source of many waterborne diseases which ultimately led to loss of human life. So, realizing the urgency we celebrate 22nd March as World Water Day to bring awareness among us people for safe water that is fit for human consumption. On the World Water Day, that is 22nd March 2005, the General Assembly of the United Nations proclaimed the period 2005 to 15 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life. Cleaning of water is a process of removing pollutants before it enters a water body or is reused. The process of wastewater treatment is commonly known as sewage treatment. There has been perceptible progress in the direction of the aim, but still there is a lot to achieve. It is wastewater released by homes, industries, agricultural fields, and other human activities. It also includes rainwater that has run down the street during a storm or heavy rain, and it is liquid waste. Most of its water has dissolved and suspended impurities called cont- contaminants. Contaminants are categorized into different categories as human feces, animal waste, oil, urea, pesticides, herbicides, fruits and vegetable waste. So they are called organic impurities. Inorganic impurities in the form of nitrates, phosphates, and metals. Nutrients in the form of phosphorus and nitrogen. It also includes bacterial contaminants in the form of Vibrio cholera, which causes cholera, and Salmonella paratyphi, which causes typhoid. Other microbes are also exist in the form of contaminants, that is protozoans, which causes dysentery. We generally use one set of pipes that brings clean water and another set of pipes that takes away wastewater. These network of big and small pipes are called sewers, forming the sewerage. It is like a transport system that carries sewage from the point of being produced to the point of disposal, that is treatment plant. Manholes. Manhole is a covered vertical hole in the ground, pavement, or road above the underground sewer pipeline through which a worker can go down up to the sewer pipes for inspection, cleaning, etc. Manholes are also provided at every 50 to 60-meter distance in the main sewer pipeline, and it is the junction of two or more sewers in order to change the direction of the sewer line. Treatment plant. Treatment of wastewater involves physical, biological, and chemical processes. So, depending on the nature of contaminants. Now, collect the inlet water from WWTP, that is wastewater treatment plant, and labeled this as sample A, that is before treatment. Now, we are going to discuss about the physical process which involves the screening. The bar screens first remove the large rubbish objects like rags, sticks, cans, polybags, napkins, sanitary towels, etc. from the wastewater. After passing through the bar screen, wastewater is taken to a tank called grit and sand removal tanks. In this, sand and grit settle down slowly due to of it gravity at the bottom of the tank as water passes slowly through this tank. The settled sand and impurities are removed from the tanks from time to time. Here we are going to discuss about the biological process and chemical process. The first sedimentation tank is sloped towards the center in order to settle down. Solid like faces and is called sludge, which is removed by the scraper. Oils and grease float at the surface of water are removed by a skimmer. The biogas is also produced by anaerobic bacteria in the process, which can be used as fuel or to produce electricity. The clarified water is obtained by clearing garbage, oil, grease, etc. It is now sent to aeration tank in which the compressed air bubbles are passed through this water to provide oxygen to the aerobic bacteria to increase bacterial activity, which ultimately digest human waste, food waste, soaps, and other unwanted and harmful matters. Now, collect this water and labeled as after aeration, that is sample B. Now, in chemical process, the water after aeration tank is allowed to settle in the second sedimentation tank to settle down organic suspended matters. Collect the water and label this as a filtered, that is sample C. Now, it is safe for human consumption after treatment or disinfected by chlorine or ozone. Now, again, collect the water and labeled it as a chlorinated, that is sample D. Now, you visualize all these food samples and you are able to see the difference, see the treatment plant had made a clean water which is fit for human consumption. Now, here are some questions related with this water treatment plant. Now, first question: what changes do you observe in the appearance of the liquid after aeration? So, that answer is the water contains only suspended impurities. Now, second, did aeration change the odor? The answer is the foul odor totally disappears. Yes, the aeration that has changed the odor. What was removed by the sand filter? Sand filter that is used to remove tiny suspended impurities in the water. Now, next question, did chlorine remove the color? Now, answer is chlorine makes the water clear and colorless. So it means it removes the color. Obvious, it makes it more clear, colorless. Did chlorine have as an odor? Was it worse than that of wastewater? The answer is yes. Chlorine have a peculiar odor which is not worse than the wastewater. It is good, we can say. Here we are going to discuss about how to become an active citizen. Waste generation that is a natural part of human activity which should be limited and reduced. Often we have been in air pollution by its offensive smell. The sight of open drains is disgusting. The situation worsens in the rainy season when the drains start overflowing and seems like floods. We have to wade through the mud pools on the roads. Most unhygienic and unsanitary condition prevails. Flies, mosquitoes, and other insects breed in it. We should be an enlightened citizen and approach the municipality or the Gram Panchayat. We should also insist that open drains should be covered. If the sewage of any particular house makes the neighborhood dirty, we should request them to be more considerate about others' health. Now, note that is important that we should plant eucalyptus trees all along the sewage pond where the treatment is going on. So because these trees absorb all surplus wastewater rapidly and releases pure water vapor into the atmosphere. Here we are going to discuss about better housekeeping practices. We must minimize and manage waste at our house before it is to be disposed by following some manners, by following these instructions. The very first, cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. They can be hardened and block the pipe. In an open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. So always throw oil and fats in the dustbin only. Second important point is used tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cottons, sanitary towels, etc. should be thrown in the dustbin also. These waste also choke the drains, so they do not allow the free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. Another point that should be considered, that is the chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, medicines, and motor oils, they should not be thrown in drains as they kill helpful microbes which digest the organic waste. Here we are going to discuss about the sanitation and the disease. Contaminated water and poor sanitation practices are the major cause of number of infectious disease in our country. Safe sewage disposal facilities are still not available at many cities and villages in India. So people go to open places and defecate. This causes the increase in insect vector population, which transmit diseases like cholera, typhoid, meningitis, etc. Untreated human excreta is a health hazard, which causes soil pollution and water pollution also. The river water and the groundwater are sources of water for drinking for many people. So the contaminated water can spread many diseases, especially the waterborne diseases. Clean India, that is Swachh Bharat. In year 2016, Government of India has initiated a new mission known as Swachh Bharat, under which a lot of drives such as proper sewage disposal and providing toilets for everyone have been started. Here we are going to discuss about the vermi processing toilet. It is a design of toilet in which human excreta is treated by earthworms. Has been tested in India. It has been found to be novel, low water, used toilet for safe processing of human waste. The operation of the toilet is very simple and hygienic. The human excreta is completely converted into vermicakes. That is a source much needed for the soil, which increase the humus, the fertility of the soil. Here we are going to discuss about the alternative arrangement of, that is for sewage disposal. Low costing and innovative on-site sewage disposal systems are being encouraged to improve the sanitation. Examples are septic tanks, chemical toilets, composting pits, etc. Septic tanks are suitable for places where there is no sewerage system, for hospitals, isolated buildings, or a cluster of 4 to 5 houses. Composting pits are self sustained human waste disposal units which is not connected to a sewer line or a septic tank. A composting toilet breaks down and dehydrates human waste to compost. Chemical toilets are the toilets which use chemically treated reservoir located just below the toilet seats, which biodegrades the human feces instantly. The chemicals reduce the foul smell coming out of the human excrete. Some organizations offer hygienic on-site human waste disposal technology. These toilets do not require squinging. Excreta from the toilet seats flow through covered drain into the biogas plant. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. Here we are going to discuss about the sanitation at public places. In our country, fairs and festivals are organized periodically throughout the year and large number of people gathered for the celebration. Also, railway station, bus depots, airports, hospitals are very busy places. Thousands of people visit them daily, which generate large amount of waste. So it must be disposed properly and quickly. Otherwise, epidemics could break out. We should not scatter or litter anywhere outside at the public places. We should play an important role to keep sanitation at public places. Keep your environment clean, safe, and healthy. Now, finally, about the conclusion of this chapter is that we must realize our responsibility in maintaining the water sources in a healthy state. As an active citizen, we have many responsibilities regarding sanitation. This can be listed as follows. Be ensured that our surroundings are clean. To ensure that the sewerage system in our house is properly managed, if any leakage or an open drain in the sewerage system is present, then it should be reported to the municipality or the gram panchayat to insist that the open drain must be covered properly and several air and waterborne diseases can be prevented. So, being responsible, so being an active citizen, these are the certain responsibilities. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you later. All the best.